Welcome to LingoShift, the podcast for learning Japanese on the go. Today, we're going to learn some of the most important verbs in Japanese, how to talk about movement. We'll also learn the words for different types of transportation. Let's begin with the verb for to go. The word is ikimas. I will say it first. Ikimas. Now your turn to say it. Ikimas. Let's say it one last time together. Ikimas. Great. The word ikimas means to go. To say where you are going, you use the particle e after the destination. A quick note, this particle is written with the hiragana for he, but when used as a particle, it is always pronounced e. Let's use this in a sentence. The sentence is, Watashi wa gakkou e ikimasu. This means, I go to school. Now, listen to the sentence one more time. Watashi wa gakkou e ikimasu. Okay, now it's your turn to say the full sentence. Watashi wa gakkou e ikimasu. Next is the verb for to come. The word is kimasu. Listen first. Kimasu. Now you say it. Zikamasu. And again, kimasu. The word kimasu means to come. The difference between ikimasu and kimasu is very important. You use ikimasu for movement away from you and kimasu for movement towards you. We will practice this in the final quiz. Our third verb of movement is to return or to go home. The word is kaerimasu. My turn first. Kaerimasu. Now you try. Kaerimasu. One last time. Kaerimasu. The word kaerimasu specifically means to return to your home base, like your house or your home country. Let's practice a sentence. Watashi wa uchi e kaerimasu. This means I am going home. Listen again. Watashi wa uchi e kaerimasu. Now you say it. Watashi wa uchi e kaerimasu.
Welcome back. Before we continue, it's time for our mid-lesson quiz. First quiz question, what is the Japanese word for to go? Take a moment to think. The answer is ikimasu. Second quiz question, what is the word for to return home? Think about it. The answer is kaerimasu. Excellent. Now let's learn some places you might go to. Gakkou is school. Super is supermarket. Eki is station. Now, how do we get to these places? Let's learn words for transportation. To say you go by a certain vehicle, you use the particle de after the vehicle's name. The word for train is densha. I will say it first. Densha. Now, your turn. Densha. Again, please. Densha. The word densha means electric train. Let's use this in a complete sentence. Watashi wa densha de eki he ikimasu. This means I go to the station by train. Listen one more time. Watashi wa densha de eki he ikimasu. Now you say the full sentence. Watashi wa densha de eki he ikimasu. The word for bus is bus. Listen first. Bus. Now you say it. Bus. And again, bus. The word for taxi is taxi. My turn. Taxi. Now you try. Taxi. One last time. Taxi.
Let's continue with a few more types of transportation. Hikoki is airplane. Fune is ship or boat. Chikapetsu is subway. Shinkansen is bullet train. Let's do a final recap. The three main verbs of movement are ikimasu, to go, kimasu, to come, and kaerimasu, to return. You use the particle e to mark your destination. You use the particle de to mark your method of transportation. Now for our final, more difficult quiz. First question. You are at school. Your friend, who is at home, calls and asks if you are coming to their house later. You want to say, yes, I will go. Which verb should you use? Ikimas or kimasu? Take a moment to think. The answer is ikimasu. Because you are moving away from your current location, you use ikimasu. Second question. You want to say, I go to the supermarket by bus. How do you say by bus? Think about it carefully. The answer is basude. You use the particle de for transportation. The full sentence would be Supa e basude ikimasu. You did a wonderful job today. Understanding how to use particles and choosing the right verb is a big step towards sounding natural in Japanese. Thanks for learning with LingoShift.
LingoShift.